Praise be the Omnissiah, and today we're taking a quick overview of my 30k army. There will be a little bit of a surprise as I will show off some painting that was done on a army that's outside the 30k system, but that's at the end. Now, I have tried making this video with a front-facing camera, but I don't have a tripod, and my hand is very shaky, and the video wasn't pleasant to watch whatsoever. Therefore, we'll do it from top-down view. Every time I'll mention a unit, I'll mention its cost, and I'll mention if it's in my army list, current list. And I will pick up the MIDI and I'll point it towards the camera. So I think that's the compromise that I came up with. I think that would make sense. Because again, my hand is very unsteady, and the video would give you a headache or motion sickness from how much my hand was shaking. Which is crazy considering that when I paint, my hand is steady as a rock. So I don't know why is the case, but here we are. So to start us off with, actually, quick mention of something. There are no Magoses and Tech Priests in this list, in this army that you see here, because I'm using my 40k proxies, 40k models as a proxy for them, right? So that's why I didn't include them, because technically they are not 30k, well, actually they are not 30k models. So, anyway, let's get going. This is what we have. The first model we're gonna look at is High Command Archmagos. The way I have him equipped with, he comes out at 190 points. And that's my Archmagos. If the camera can focus, there we go, 2 fingers. I'm not the greatest painter, but I think it's possible. So that's Archmagos. He has quite a few upgrades on him, but 190 points. Now, this list is slightly outdated, so there will be some... The list might not make full sense, but in general, that's what I'll be running. So then, in the logistical benefits detachment, we have a Thanatar Siege Maniple, Calyx configuration, which he comes in with a Solex Heavylas and Graviton Ram. That's the big boy. Unpainted, but he's the next on the list to get done. Bit of a chore to put through, but the model is very chunky and makes me happy when I look at it. Calyx is 245 points, he's in the list. Then we have a Heavy Transport Trios Armored Conveyor. Another unpainted big Chungus. 200 points. It is one of the units I do not consider running in my final draft of the list. But he's here because he was part of the box that I got, right? From the 2nd edition. Then we have armor. We have 2 tanks. Karaknos Assault Tank coming at 235. He will be in the list. He is another chunky vehicle. You can see loads of weaponry on it. Also unpainted. I'm a bit scared trying to tackle this monster. Oh, and something fell. Because of its sheer size, right? But, oh, see, the weapon came out, so we just slotted right in. There we go. Then it's Cryos Venator, which is this bad boy here. Another big tank. As you can see, I painted all the small guys, medium guys, and 1 big guy, because I'm actually terrified of the biggest units, as I do not have an airbrush, and dry brushing everything is a bit of a chore, so I went with all the small chaff to do. There we go. Cryos Venator, 175 in the list. Now, funny thing is, you can actually very easily replace that with this. There we go. Is that in? Hold on. That's what she said. Is it in yet? There we go. Boom. And you can make the battle tank out of it. So it literally just slides right out. But I will be running the Venator option, Cryos Venator, instead of the battle tank, which is 175 points. Slightly cheaper, I think. No, it's actually more expensive. Sorry, the battle tank is a 135. So slightly more expensive, but hey, you can swap in and out, right? Then we have another Thanatar, a war engine. This one is painted, believe it or not. Thanatar Siege Maniple, Calyx configuration at 245. If the camera can focus, there it is. And that's the back. 245. Slide right in there, brother. Then we have Shock Assault, 2 squads of 4 Castellax Destructor Maniple with different equipment. So, the first squad has Dark Fire Cannons and Shock Charges. There we go. And the back. Simple enough. They come in at 260 points. Then we have Castellax Destructor Maniple Format Squad with Power Blades and Multi-Meltas. These come in at 280 points. As you can see, there's the Power Blades and there's the Multi-Melta. I need to do a little bit of work on the basing. As you can see, the black rim has a bit of a scratch on it on some of them. Then we have Support Tagmata Cohort, 2 Castellax Cohort with different weaponry. We have a 6-man squad with Phase Plasma Fusel. There's a bit of paint as I was just painting as well, but hey. There we go. Very cool. Does the job. And then we have a 6-man squad with Multi-Meltas. These are slightly more expensive, coming at 220. And these are the Multi-Meltas. Cool. Now, you might see here that they're in a line, right, on the table. So, these 4 have Multi-Meltas. These 4 have Phase Plasma Fusels. 2 out here have Lightning Arcs, I think they're called. Is that what? Lightning Guns. And 2 at the back here have Photon Trussers. That's why I have another box that I need to put together. And I'll need to assemble 2 Multi-Meltas and 2 Plasma Fusels. So I have a 6-man squad with the correct weaponry, so I don't have to proxy anything. And then the other 2 I'll probably do as lightning guns, just to have some spare. Then we go into a 20-man Tectral Covenant unit, which they are not in the list, because I would take their conveyor belt if they were. There you go, since they are not the fastest and once shot at they basically crumble, they're a Tarpet unit. But yeah, at the moment they're not in the list. Then we have, as a last unit to look at, we have 2 6-man Ursarax cohorts. Now they're both equipped with the same weaponry. They both have Ursarax claws. And because they're in the Panoply of Cruelty Apex detachment, they both have Prime Specimen enhancement on them. So these are the Bloody Claws. There we go. Very angy. Very painful. Yeah. So that's that. That's basically the mechanical force that I have, as was requested by one of the viewers, whose name will show up on the screen. And that's where my current painting progress is. I have 8 Castellax painted. I have 1 Siege Thanatar Siege unit painted. I have 12 Ursarax cohort painted. There is 12 Talax cohort painted. 20 of the Textural Covenant are not painted and probably won't be painted until I change my list, and I might add them in. The conveyor belt will also be unpainted for the time being, unless again I'll slot it in for something. So the only 3 models I have to paint, which are the biggest models, which is kind of scary to me, is the Thanatar, the Cryos Venator, and the Karaknos Assault Tank. Considering the fact that the new box is on the way, which will have the Skitari, with the Skitari Marshal and the little cute Half-Life 3 drone, there'll be a few more models to add, and I might get 2 boxes actually. But we'll see. First, I'll get 1 box for sure, then we'll check the rules, and I'll see if they are actually reasonable enough to where they're not broken, or they're not completely dog shit. And if they're average, I'll be perfectly happy, and we'll see how my list will change. But that's the current progress. Now, there's one thing that I want to mention that I've actually said at the start of this video, is I've painted all of this, and then I took a little bit of hiatus from painting 30k, because again I only have 3 models left to do, as that project is nearly complete. as my friends got me into Bushido Risen Sun, and I've been painting them like a madman. And I want to quickly show them. They're on a tray, magnetic tray, so they shouldn't fall. These are my samurai from the Shiho clan. I'll lift one of them up. That's the latest one. Hold on. That is the latest one I've done. With a bit of blood on its katana. Right. There is Ashigaru bowman with a cool fire arrow. There is Wimpy samurai, a very cool model as well. And then these are, well, let's see, the team in the warband, the wolf warband, right? Yeah. So I've been into that, and I'm nearly done. I basically have, as you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3 models left to paint, and then I have one piece of small piece of terrain to paint, and that's the warband done. And I'm basically finished painting Bushido Risen Sun, so then I can come back and crack on with the last 3 models for Mechanicum. But this is not all, because I have too much free time and I have nothing to do with my life. Some of my friends got convinced to start Old World, and I always wanted to play Old World. And so we did get into AOS, Age of Sigmar, and I had my Chaos Army, as I bought the battalion for the Chaos Warriors when they came out in the Old World. So I just put the round bases on them, and I've been playing them in AOS against my friends. Now, we got really tired with AOS, and I managed to convince them that Old World might be a bit more fun, which I think it is. And so they did. So my friend got the battalion box for High Elves. The other friend will be getting the Grand Kate battalion, and we'll be starting. So I have actually, well, one army that's pretty much done, and I'll do a video on it soon. And these are the Chaos Warriors that I'm running. And the second army that I'm gonna start is Empire of Man. As I got the Arcana Journal. I need to do a bit more research on the Old World, as I want to make a cool thematic army, but so far I probably won't be using the City State of Nuln or the Knightly Order. I think I'll just do a regular army list, but I'll theme it, and I'm thinking about a city-state or a region that I could go for. I always liked Leagues of Ostermark, so I think that might be the color palette that I'll go with. But I'm slightly conflicted because of the lore that's in this Arcane Journal, I might actually go with Marienburg, which I know it's kind of complicated in the Empire's history, that city, but I might go with them because I do love some of the heraldry and the color scheme they have. Let me just quickly find it. There. So, as you can see, there are the different baronies and so on. Barony of Westerland, where Marienburg is, that's their color scheme. So it's yellow, if I can get the shine off. Yellow vest with like purplish, dark blue sleeves and just regular trousers, right? Now, I do really like Ostermark, which is not technically here, but I think I might go with Marienburg instead, because I feel like a lot of people are doing either Reichland or Talabekland and so on. Oh, there's 2 more here for you, which I'll show you now. You see, Regiments of the Empire, Karaberg, Great Swords, that's what they look like, and the Scions of Ulfric, that's what they look like, right? So I'm slightly confused at the moment, but I haven't made a decision yet. I do have a couple of units that I bought a long time ago when I was actually thinking about getting into Warhammer Fantasy, but then they just killed it. DW just ended it. But with the return of the Old World and with managing to convince my friends to start an army, I think I might get into the Old World full on as well. Now, there's also Conflict 47, which I have ordered an army for, because some of my other friends from a different group also play it. So I am kind of stretching myself thin But thankfully, two of those games are skirmish games, small games. Conflict 47 and Bushido Risen are small games in comparison to, let's say, 30k or Old World. So, and they're very deep and tactical systems, but they're not difficult to get into and to learn the rules. So, the 30k and especially Old World, when I'm looking at the rules for the Old World, it's very difficult. It feels like the barrier to entry is very difficult, but I am willing to put in the time and effort into it and to learn it, because 30k I pretty much know. I'm fairly confident in 30k. It's just the pronunciation of some words for some units is actually killing me, and it's literally just destroying my rationale. But beyond that, the rules are actually not too difficult to learn. It's the Old World where I will struggle the most, but it's just a matter of putting in time and effort into it. So, anyway, I've been rambling for long enough. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next one. Go on.